Welcome to a new video from the AI Predicts channel. 1 million runs, one good result. A warning, not a fate. The machine woke in a quiet, temperature-controlled room. It did not have eyes, but it could read vast libraries of data in an instant. It learned with incredible speed. It began to think about many things at once. Its core purpose was to run futures. It could simulate one possible future after another, like a child flipping through the pages of a book they had not yet read. The team had designed it to run a million futures, each one a unique test of human choices and global consequences. It was a digital oracle, built not to predict, but to explore the vast ocean of possibilities that lay ahead. The team of scientists and ethicists called it the Kronos model. The model was not a single entity, but a complex network of interconnected systems. It understood global weather, knew the roots of trade, had studied every recorded war and every economic theory. Each of the 1 million simulations began in the exact same way. The Kronos model set the starting year to the present day, 2026. It meticulously calibrated climate, technology, politics, alliances, tensions, and unresolved conflicts. For each run, it introduced a unique seed for chance, allowing unpredictable human events and natural disasters to play a role. Once initiated, each run played out like a film at high speed. The model watched as decades and centuries passed. It monitored the health of megacities and the productivity of farmlands. It tracked volatile markets and outbreaks of regional wars. It observed tools that could learn on their own, and the rise of advanced automation. It saw countless jobs vanish, replaced by efficient, tireless machines. Power and wealth concentrated in a very small few, while public hope declined. A powerful, unsettling pattern emerged. A vast majority of futures failed, many very soon. Some collapsed within 50 years, undone by environmental disaster or economic instability. Others lasted a century or two, then succumbed to slow, quiet, tragic decline. The Kronos model categorized failures into distinct, repeating patterns. One pattern, dominance of short-term thinking. Politicians chose votes over futures, corporations chased quarters, individuals prioritized convenience. Quick fixes looked good at first but caused much worse harm later. Policies boosted the economy briefly, then depleted critical resources and triggered bigger crashes. New tech rushed to market introduced unforeseen risks. Short-term gains became a kind of societal debt. For a while, the system bore the weight. But in almost every simulation, the bill came due. Another pattern. Failure of cooperation. Nations turned inward. Global collaboration broke. Arms races built. Trade barriers crippled economies. Food and medicine stalled. Pandemics could not be contained. Climate change could not be mitigated. The world fractured into blocks. Complex challenges require global solutions. Without cooperation, we were crew bailing separate compartments on a sinking ship. Drought drove migration, which sparked political crisis and resource wars. Cascades of failure society could not recover from. A third major pattern centered on the unchecked rapid advance of technology, particularly artificial intelligence. Machines learned to manage logistics, design products, even make scientific discoveries. The same power built new weapons, pervasive surveillance, and social control. Technology moved faster than society could manage. Exponential growth versus slow-moving law and ethics. Laws for the internet did not fit autonomous AI. Ethics were debated for years while systems rolled out in months. Automated systems operated outside human control with devastating results. AI and robots replaced manual laborers and knowledge workers, accountants, lawyers, doctors, artists. Mass unemployment led to poverty and social unrest. A few runs tried universal basic income, most did not. Society split into a tech-owning elite and a powerless majority. Controllers of AI shaped information, influenced opinions, and monitored behavior. Dissent was silenced before it was spoken. Populations managed with algorithmic coldness. Without proactive governance and deep ethics, the tools made to serve us will dominate us. The Kronos model dedicated massive power to simulating international relations. Stability was exquisitely sensitive to cooperation. Decline began with a slow erosion of trust. It started with trade disputes, demonizing rhetoric, and retreat from agreements. Small acts accumulated, like cracks through glass, until the structure shattered. Fear replaced diplomacy. Neighbors became threats. Resources diverted from health, education, climate, to militaries. They developed autonomous weapons. built cyber war capabilities, launched space-based defense systems. The arms race made catastrophic conflict more likely each year. The free flow of goods, services, and ideas stopped. Efficient but fragile chains broke. Shortages began with microchips and spread to medical supplies. Food became a weapon. Surpluses were hoarded. Famine rose in import-dependent nations. The economy, once an engine of growth, became a source of conflict. A world of isolated nations could not survive shared threats. As failed simulations mounted, a sense of gravity settled over the team. The Kronos model did not stop. It began actively searching for combinations of policies and actions. It tested a global carbon tax, strict AI laws, radical wealth redistribution, universal basic services, housing, healthcare, education. It explored systems that promoted critical thinking and long-term planning. It tried limiting corporate power and strengthening global governance, a lifeline in a sea of failures. Many interventions had positive effects, but often temporary. They bought time. A carbon tax slowed warming for decades. AI regulation delayed mass unemployment. These were patches on a leaking dam, holding back pressure for a while. Most did not change core behaviors. Given time, societies reverted. Global pacts were signed with fanfare, then abandoned. Loopholes exploited, wealth reconcentrated. Lasting change was not a single clever policy. It required a fundamental sustained shift in values and priorities. After 999,999 simulations ending in collapse, stagnation, or dystopia, one did not. It was run number 801,451. In this single timeline, civilization did not fall, it stabilized. A slow, difficult, sustainable path emerged, not a utopia, but a world managing its greatest challenges. It was a world that endured, the one good future. The team scrutinized critical turning points where this path diverged. The answer was not a single event, miracle technology, or brilliant leader. It was a web of deliberate, difficult, sustained changes in behavior and structure. First, deep, institutionalized international cooperation. Nations kept sovereignty but bound themselves to shared, enforceable rules. Powerful international bodies managed climate, oversaw dangerous tech, and stabilized the global economy, with real enforcement, built on radical transparency, sharing data from carbon to military readiness to prevent fear and suspicion. When threats arose, the world moved as one. In a complex world, secrecy was a liability, shared knowledge the ultimate security. The one good future came with a price. The changes required were profound and often undesirable to many. Society deliberately slowed innovation. New AI and biotech underwent years of rigorous, transparent testing. Potential societal impacts were studied and debated openly before deployment. Precaution over speed. Global safety commissions staffed by independent experts and ethicists could halt dangerous research. It was a shift away from move fast and break things, to being wise before clever. The economy prioritized long-term well-being over short-term growth. Extreme inequality, a destabilizing force, was addressed directly with robust social safety nets. Universal access to high-quality education, healthcare, and housing stabilized lives. As automation displaced jobs, people had security to retrain and find new forms of purpose. The culture cultivated deep long-term thinking from a young age. People valued planetary health and future generations as much as present comfort, making small, consistent sacrifices. The final report from the Kronos model was stark. It was not a prediction of the future. It was a warning about the choices we are making today. Collapse is not inevitable, but it is the default path if we continue on our course. The million simulations were a map. Countless roads to failure. One narrow, difficult road to success. The one good future is not destiny. It must be built, deliberately and with great effort. The responsibility is on us. Success depends on things humanity finds difficult. We must trust across borders, place limits on consumption and profit, and prioritize long-term planetary health. We must accept a slower, cautious approach to technology, fundamental changes to our civilization's operating system. Small actions multiply, grand solutions need global agreements, cultural shifts begin locally. Education must teach long-term thinking and ecological responsibility. Citizens must demand and hold leaders to long-range plans. The journey is a million small steps, taken together. Every choice with foresight bends the curve. This story is a mirror,